Hey guys, so today we're going to make an automated hiring system. And if this is something that you might want to add to your business or want to know how to make this, keep watching this video. So, here is how the system looks like. So, if you're looking at my screen right now, so there are total of four scenarios that we have to make. Let me put a warning right here, right now, that if you want to make the system and if you're planning to add the system to your business, you might want to take the paid plan of make.com. It's only $10 or something. So if you are outside of India, you can perhaps purchase this. But if you're in India and if you can make international transactions, you might as well do. But I'm also going to show you an alternative way on how you can make this, and you don't have to take the paid plan. Okay, and I'll show you both the ways. So first, what do we have here is we have a type form. And what we are going to do in using this type form is we are going to collect. Let's say I'm looking for a video editor. Okay, so I'm going to make a form and I'm going to post that form into my Instagram or my Facebook or any other job sites. Okay, it can be LinkedIn or Indeed or Upwork, Fiverr, anywhere. Okay, I'll post about it and I'll say that I'm looking for a video editor, and if you're interested, fill out this form. So first they will fill out the form and I'm going to take all those responses and I'm going to add it to Asana. Now Asana is a place where I store all my information. Not necessarily you have to use it, but I just like using it. You can use Google Sheets, ClickUp, Monday, Trello, anything that you feel like. Okay. That is the first part of the automation. Just taking the information from Typeform and moving it to Asana. Very simple. Okay. Now, the second part of this automation is, now once they've given me all the data, okay. Now, before that, in my type form, I asked for their name, the email, their phone number if you want to, that is, and then I asked them to provide me with a Loom video. Now, I got this idea from Nick Saraf. If you know, you probably know the guy. Okay, he's very famous on making automations and everything. So his idea is to ask people to give a loom to provide you with a loom video. It's a 1 to 2 minute, it might, no, it's just a 1 to 2 minute long video where they tell us who they are, how long have they been working as a video editor, and show us some of their previous work. Okay, that is all they have to do in the loom video. So then what I'm going to do is, after they provided me all the information and I put all that information inside of Asana, then I once I change the status, so once I change the status to interview one, that is, if I change the status to interview one, what will happen is I'm going to send an email to that specific person saying something like, hey, I checked out your portfolio and I think I'd like to conduct an interview. This is the first interview. This would be one with you know a manager before they can talk with me. Okay, so I'm going to send them the email. Now after that, if I think that they are, if let's say I have a imaginary employee named Adam. Okay, he's the manager of my agency. So after Adam goes through that person and he conducts the interview and you know he thinks that okay, he's a good video editor, his work is great, then he will change the status to interview 2. Once he does that, a second email is going to go out saying that you've been selected for interview number 2, that is going to happen with Aditya. Pick a date and time again as normal. Okay. Now after that, what is going to happen, the final thing is, once they book a meeting, my Asana is going to be updated. Okay, let's say the same thing is going to happen in interview 1 as well. Okay, I send them a booking link. I send them a booking link. Okay, and they book a date and time in that link. Okay, now after they book the date and time, let's say the status said interview 1. All right, so it is going to go down this route and then it will update Asana with the date and time, and along with the meeting link. Okay, when is the interview going to be? So now, apart from, it's not just going to be name, email, phone number, their Loom video link. It is also going to have the link to the meeting and the date and time of the meeting. So I'm updated on everything. Okay. Now, if the status says interview 2, it will go down this path, and it is going to update Asana again with the same thing. That is the link and the date and time of the meeting. That is how this system works. So now let's get into the demo. I've already filled out the form. Let me just move this trigger right here, and let me just also open my Asana. Recruitment board. Move this to, wait. Let me just delete this value. Okay. So as you can see, I have nothing in my Asana board, just the status. Okay, the stages, that is intake, review, interview 1, interview 2, and hired stage. Now I'm going to run this, and you'll see Asana has created a record. The stage is intake stage. I have the email, I have the Loom video link, and I have the previous work. Okay, so I have also added the previous work. So in my type form, I tell them to provide me with some of their, a Google Drive with some of their previous work, so that I can watch them. In a 1 to 2 Loom video, I cannot fully watch the video. So I ask them to provide me with a link. And now you see I have interview 1 link, interview 1 date, interview 2 link, and interview 2 date. Now if I go here, I'm going to click run once, go back to my Asana, and change the status to interview 1. Now you'll see it has sent me an email. Now if I open my mail, interview for a video editor. Hi Adityachari, thanks for taking the time to send over the Loom video and portfolio. I really liked your work. Move forward with the interview. For the first stage, I'd like to set up a quick call. Learn more about your experience and how you approach video editing. Here's my available time slots. Here I can book my meeting, and looking forward for a chat. Best Aditya. Okay, this had to say Adam, but it's fine. So if I go here, now let me just run my fourth automation. So if I just go here, let's pick a random time. My name, my email is there, and if I hit confirm, now you'll see it went to the interview 1 path, and it updated my Asana. So if I go back, now you'll see I have the Google Meeting link. So if I just click here, I can just directly enter into the Google Meet, and I have the date. That is the today at 7:15 p.m. Very useful. Okay, so that is the demo, and now let's get on building it. Okay, so first let's head over to trustworthymake.com. I'm going to add a new folder, calling it recruitment. Okay, I'm going to hit save. Now inside this, I'm going to create all my automation so that it's not messed up. All right, the first is we want type form. So watch responses, instant and acid. So I understood what instant and acid means recently. Okay, so what instant and acid means is that this trigger, okay, when it says instant and acid, you will have this, this lightning bolt shaped trigger. That means when the data comes, it will instantly take that data, and it is going to move forward with the data. When it says only acid, like here, if I just show you, you see it has this clock. So it will only watch the responses every 15 minutes. We don't want that. We want it to just instantly take the data and move forward. So that's why we're going to pick the instant acid. something that I learned recently. Okay, so webhook, I'm just gonna select this, or you know what? I'll make it with you guys. Let's start from the very scratch again. Let me just sign up. Okay. So first, I'll just show you my previous form. Very basic. First name, last name, email. I didn't ask for the phone number. Please provide us with 1 to 2 minute Loom video. Tell us who you are, how long you've worked as a video editor, and show us some of your previous work. And send some of your previous work. Please put them in a Google Drive and make sure it is shared so that we can see it. Okay. So let's just create a new form. Click on create new form. Start from scratch. First, we'll collect all the contact info. Please provide us with the following details. Okay, we can also make this bold. First name, last name. I want the first name, I want the last name. I don't require the phone number. I'm gonna hide this field. Make the rest of the field required, and company we don't want. Okay. Next, we want to add a link. Where is the website? Website. Please add a not add. Please provide us with a 1 to 2 minute long Loom video. Tell us who you are, what, mm, how long have you been working as an editor, and show us some of your previous work. Okay, what is happening? And show us some of your previous work. You can log in, sign up to Loom right here. So I'm just going to go to Loom. I'm going to copy this link, go back to Typeform, click here and paste this link right here and enter. So they can access the Loom right here. Make this bold as well. And finally, again website. Please provide us with some of your previous work. Put all the work in a Google Drive and make sure that it is shared so that can see it. Okay, all this is done. I will name the form recruitment YouTube. I'll hit save. Okay, now just publish the form. So we've created the form. Now let's add the link. We'll call this recruitment YouTube. I'm going to add a connection. Call this recruitment. Hit accept. Now under form ID, recruitment YT. I hit save. Now I have my webhook set up. Next thing, we are going to list responses. Change this to recruitment. Continue. Here's the form and hit save. And finally, we are going to use Asana and we are going to create a task or a subtask. Okay. Now, adding is very simple. Just do the connection. But what I'll do instead is I'm going to create a new board. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to create a new project, blank project, recruitment board. Recruitment YouTube. Now continue. Create the project. Okay. So now we have this. Don't want this. Hide column. Hide column. And I'm going to save this view. Now we'll add. We have email. We have the name. We have the email. Then we have the Loom video. I'm going to go text. Loom video. Then we have the previous work. Previous work. Then we have stage. So single select. I'm going to add. Call this stage. Green will be higher. Red will be intake. Then a review. Interview 1 and interview 2. Okay, let me just arrange this. Put this down. Okay, create that field. I'm gonna put I'll take this field and put this right here. Then we have text. We're going to call this interview 1 link. Date interview 1 date. Same for interview 2. Interview 2 link, and finally interview 2 date. Okay, now we are going to save this view. Then I am going to go to stage. Oh, did I just? Oh, I think I selected the wrong one. Edit field. Okay, so now let's add a record. Let's put the stage as intake stage, and now click on group, go down, click stage, and done. And save this. Okay, so now this is how my board is gonna look like. Now every single time the form is filled, we're gonna update this Asana. So now I am on the right account. Task destination is projects because my recruitment board is under my project section. The workspace ID will be my, I'm going to select the recruitment YT board. Now I have to run this before I can add the details. So what I'll do is I'm just going to click yes here for custom fields, and then under recruitment YT, this, you see, this is a section for automated onboarding. This is my recruitment, and now I'll see recruitment YT there. So first I'll do is I'll change this to interview intake. So every single time someone fills out the form, the stage will say intake. So I'll save this. Now I'm going to unlink this. Let me just quickly fill out this form. So we'll go to share, copy the link, paste that in, make sure this is running, and just fill out this form. So Aditya Chari, and my email is right here. Next, let's do a random loom.com/ and then let's do https double colon backslash google, I don't know, it's google dot drive something dot com slash, I don't know, it is something like this. But for now let's do this, and we'll hit submit. Okay, we had to change this, but okay, I'll show you how to do this also. You go back to create, click on this end screen, click on this end screen, and you can just remove these share icon this, so you'll have only say bye, or you can just change, put anything you want, or it's just gonna end the screen. Okay, so now we have all the data right here. I'm going to unlink this, put this right here, connect this. Now we'll add all the data. Recruitment by T, we have the email. Okay, so we have the email right here. Okay, I selected that as email right here. The Loom video link is, tell us about who you are, Loom video. Previous work is right here. The stage will be intake, and under task name I'm going to add the name, that is Aditya space and Acharya. Okay, now let's test this out. Run this, it ran properly, and now I have Aditya Chari intake, the email, room video, and previous work. Okay, so that is the first section of this automation. give it a name so that it doesn't get lost. Recruitment YouTube recruitment 1.1 YouTube. Okay, so hit save, go back to scenarios, go inside of recruitment again and create a new scenario. Now in the second section of this scenario, what we're going to do is need to add a webhook. Add a new webhook, give it a name, recruitment YouTube. Okay, and now I'll hit save, copy this, go to Asana, click on customize. So now I'll show you the free method on how you can make this, so you don't have to get the paid version of make.com. So to do that, what you need to do is go to rules, click on add, click custom, remove this check if card, and say when status is changed, field is set to interview one, do go to external actions, click send email, and then you just have to enter the email. So if I click this plus, click on custom fields, you see I have the email right here. The subject line you can just write, let's say I'm just gonna write hi, and you can write the body whatever you want right here. Now the only problem with this is if I go to my mail, if I just go down this, the only problem with doing that is you get this thing sent via Asana and you get a link. That is the only problem. Okay, if you want to use this free method. Okay, if you're okay with that, go ahead, use it if you don't have any problem with that. But if this is going to make it look bad, then you might as well get the paid version of make.com. Okay, but if you figure out a way on how to remove this, please let me know also. So I would like to use that as well. But if you did not find the way, you have to use the paid plan, then just go with what I'm doing right now. So we're going to discard this rule because we're not going to use that, but we're going to make another rule, that is, again when the status field is set to interview one, we're going to go external actions again, but instead of that we're going to outgoing post request. Just paste your webhook right here and hit the publish rule. Now go back, click save. Now what we want to do is after sending the webhook, we want to list the task. So go to Asana, go to list task. The reason why we are listing all the tasks is because we want to grab all the information. We want to grab the name, we want the email, everything. So under projects, workspace, go to project recruitment YT. I'm gonna hit save, and then we're going to add an email module. This is going to be a send email. Change the account, change this to yes, change this account again. The folder is going to be okay. It can be sent email, you can keep it in box, anything that you want. And now From the list task, we're going to, okay, first we have to run the task. So what we'll do is unlink this as well. Then we're going to connect this trigger right here, and we'll just run this. Now we'll connect it back, connect this here. I don't think we'll get it right now, but okay, you know what? Let's just put something here and hit save. And now we'll try this again. Now I have everything. So if I go under this second one, not second, the third one, okay, it's the first one. So under first one, you see I have the text value. I'm going to put that under subject line. So I asked ChatGPT to write me a nice email, which I'm going to use again. So interview email templates. I have this very nice interview. Next step, I'm going to say interview for video editor role. Go back to make.com, put that as a subject line, change this to plain text. I'm going to go back, copy this email, see, and we're going to paste that. Now let's arrange this. It looks a bit good. And we're going to remove this. Wait. This is the link to my available time slots. Okay, looking forward. Best. Let's do Adam. Now I'm going to go to cal.com. Now cal.com is like Calendly, another software that you can use to book all your meetings. So I'm going to just copy this one, interview one that I created. And we're going to back to make.com, paste the link right here, remove this applicant name, and under here find task name. There we go. And we're going to hit save. So now every single time the interview changes to, sorry, the stage changes to interview one, we are automatically going to send an email. Okay, so now let's test this. Click run once, go back, change the status to interview one. Okay, there was an error. Missing value to required parameter. Now if I change the, wait, let me just go here, click run once. Now if I go change the value to interview one, you see it ran. Perfect. The reason it was not running is because it listed all the tasks. I mean all 10 tasks. So I had a task right here, and I accidentally selected that task. That was what not it was not running. Now as you see, we have we have sent the email. So if I go back, interview for video editor, hi Dityachari, this, and we have this nice email with the link to book a meeting. Now this is the second part, recruitment 1.2. Okay, let me also put YT. Okay, so the third part is exactly the same thing, but just you have to do it for interview 2. Okay, so instead of just doing a webhook, and the only part that you have to change is going back to Asana, go to customize, and instead of this stage change to interview one, just write interview two, make another webhook and do the same thing. It is literally the same thing. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Let's do the last section, that is when the booking has been created. Sorry, when the booking has been created, will automatically update Asana. So we'll go back to scenario, back to recruitment, create a new scenario. I'm going to call this recruitment 1.3, recruitment 1.3. Why do I always write it this way? 1.3 YT. Okay, so again we're gonna start with webhook, custom webhook, add recruitment YT, issue recruitment cal.com, cal.com YT. I'm gonna click save, copy this, and then go back to make.com, sorry, cal.com. Now in cal, let's create a new event. Let's call this interview. Okay, the duration is 15 minutes. Continue. So a new event has been created. Now under this, see, you have many options. You can change the availability hours, or you can add your own. you know, my face is there, so you can't see it, but there's an option called edit availability. You can do that. Then there are so many things that you can do here. I mean, take your time and explore. But for now, let's go to webhook, click new webhook, paste your URL right here, and remove all of this, and then just select booking created and click create webhook. Okay, now we'll just copy this link, open it up here, and then we'll click OK. So now we're going to go back to Asana and we're going to list all the tasks again. Again, the same thing, projects, workspace would be this, project would be recruitment YT, and save. Now, after listing all the tasks, we have to put a router. This gives us two different paths. And then in the first part, we're going to go to Asana. We're going to update task, and then we'll we need the task ID. The task ID is right here, and then under workspace, custom fields, yes. Let me just find that. Okay, here, and now here we want to update the interview one link and the interview one date. So what we need to do is we need the link and date. Okay, and that we can only get through the webhook. But before that, let's just add a filter. Let's say interview one, and the filter will say, and we need to list the task as well. So okay, because we want the stage also. Now we can't see the stage because under custom fields we did not run this, so we can't see anything. So first what we'll do is let's just run these two modules alone. So I'm going to unlink this, run this once, go back, book a random meeting. So I ran the first two modules, and now we have all the data, and now I accidentally deleted that. So let me just put that again, router, and go back to Asana. We're gonna go to update task, Task ID is right here. Workspace ID, custom fields is a yes. And then we go to interview link one. Now if I go all the way down, you see this metadata. Click this and we'll have the video URL right here. And if I go to the date, you go click the start time. Now, if you are not using Asana and if you're using anything else, you need to format this date because you see the answer right here. It says 2025 4 4 T 13 15 00 Z. Now, that is the format that make.com stores its date and time variables. Now, you don't want it in that way. You have to format it. So, just write format date and put a bracket. Now, once you write that, you see this small thing pops up. Now, you have to format it according to however you want it to be. Okay, it can be 24-hour format, you know 12-hour format, or if you want fourth, if you want your date and time to say 4th of April, or if you want it to say 4/4/2025, you can all format that. Okay, to do that, just put this, add date, date space, and if I write 2 months, it is going to give me a number. But if I write 3 or 4, then it will give me a name. For example, today is 4th of April. So if I put 4 M's, it will say 4th April. But if I just put 2 M, it will say 4/4. Okay. And then I'm going to do here. And then let's say that I like to do it in in 12-hour format. I'm going to put two small h. I'm going to put this, two small m, space, and a capital A. And then close the bracket. Okay. Now, for any of you guys who are not using Asana, you have to do this. But if you're using Asana, just put the start time because it does the formatting all on its own. Now the video URL right here is, you can change that also in make.com. If you go to event setup, sorry, in cal.com, if you just go to event setup, you see under this location, you will see you can also select Google Meet or Zoom or anything that you want. So make sure that you click that, whatever that you want to use. Now click OK. Now under interview, I'll call this interview one, and I'll say when the, I guess it was this one, yes, when the display value, that is the stage, equals to interview one, then you will go right here. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Interview two, and if the display value is equal to interview two, and save. Put the same update task module, task ID, workspace, custom fields, go all the way down, interview link to. Now put this right here, and the date is right here. Let me just check if I did this properly. See, I was wrong. I put it in the recruitment section, not in the recruitment by T section. So just go down, correct this. Okay, now I'm gonna hit save. Now let's run this once. So if I click here, now just copy this link, go back here, book another meeting with myself, 10:30 a.m. Now it says the meeting has been scheduled. If I go back, you see it ran here and it went to the interview one route and it updated my task. So if I just go right here, you will see Aditya Achari, interview one, Google Drive link. the link to the meeting, and tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Now, this is how you make your own recruitment automation. Now, if you want to go with the free way that I showed you, where they say sent via Asana and they provide you with a link, if that is not a bother to you, please use that. Okay, you don't have to make four different scenarios and then pay for make.com. Okay, just use that. But if you have some money to invest and you do want to make all those four scenarios and that sent via Asana is a big problem for you, then please go with the paid plan. With all that said, I'll see you next week. Bye.